Nation, really appreciate you all. Look, the Cowboys are doing what they do. Sit back and enjoy. Hey, I understand. I get so much hate mail. I get so much in my inbox of the Cowboys doing this, the Cowboys doing that. Just sit back and relax. Trust me when I say that they are doing what they do. And people do what they want to do. And on top of that, the number one saying is that you never take advice from a broke person. Jerry Jones is not listening to what you guys are saying. He already got his mind made, you see. And on top of that, there's a reason why when you read the words, it says, the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but it's to he that endured to the end, you see. So I want you guys, if you guys don't hear nothing else from me, just know that this race, this battle, is not to the mighty. It's not to the person that got all of the speed. It's not to the person that got all of the strengths. It's not about that. On top of that, when you look at it collectively speaking, nation, when you think about it, the salary cap goes up every year. So what was $30 million last year is not the same $30 million this year. What was $40 million last year doesn't have the same temperaments as $40 million in 2030. You see what I'm saying? In 2040, as it relates to football terms. People think that there's a such thing as salary cap hell. No. No. You can always circumvent that money. Put it like this. People are arguing and crying about Dak Prescott, dare I say, $38 million contract. Don't you know that we had 10 million just sitting on the sidelines all year? His name is Tyrone Crawford, you see. 10 million just sitting there, just looking pretty on the bench. You see what I'm saying? So I want people to stop listening in to the media and running back to me saying, okay, they said this and they said that, because they can't keep Big D out of their mouths, you see. Yeah, they can't keep the Dallas Cowboys name out of their mouth. Shout out to you, Natasha. Yes, $10 million sitting on the bench, because if you cut him, you could have had that in your back pocket. $5 holla for Marvin. What's good with you, Mac? Rotor Nation, one day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick. We stacking these things together. See, my thing is, just enjoy. Yes, it's been 25 years. I said it when I went into my studios or what have you. But I just want to talk to you guys real OG style. You see, I think my shows are better when it's live, you see. That's why I say live like 95, because you guys can see the raw, unedited version of me. We make big mistakes, mess over words, stumble over this, stumble over that. But guess what? Law continue to go, regardless of the situation. Regardless of, when I first started this YouTube page, oh man, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. You ought to quit. You see, that's when I had 500 people watching. But it's not to the swift, it's not to the mighty, it's to he that endures to the end. You don't have to believe in religion, but those are true words. Oh Lord, can you give me another analogy where I can educate your soul with this? Why? Oh why? The turtle beats the rabbit or the hare. It's not that the turtle can't move fast enough. It's not that the turtle don't know where he's going. I want you guys to Google and look up the average lifespan of a rabbit. Look that up for me. And look up the average lifespan of the turtle. They run in two different races. And on top of that, what people do, the feeble mind people, I'm not talking to you guys. Y'all solid. Ain't that right, Brandon? Y'all solid in the chat. The feeble mind have that rabbit mentality. I want something quick. I want it done now. And that turtle is looking. He's saying, I done already been down that road. I know that snare is there. I know for sure that there's a curve and you can't be going too fast around that curve. You see? Patience is the key. That turtle is not worried about the rabbit running with all of that speed going to and fro. That turtle knows I'm gonna get there eventually. I'm gonna take my time. Y'all put it in the comment box, man. The average lifespan of a turtle opposed to that rabbit, you say. And we got to stop having that rabbit mind, keep jumping to this thing. I heard earlier, somebody hit me up and said, Law, we ought to entertain this. We ought to get Andy Dalton. He can win games, you see. He just never had a team around him. It gets better. Oh, Teddy Bridgewater, he's a better passer of the ball than Dak Prescott. And I said, okay, where's the film? You see? Well, he did beat us, in the Saints game. Hey, Teddy Bridgewater outperformed Dak. I said, did you watch the game? It's easier to scheme against Dallas Cowboys defense. It's easy. And trust me, we had a problem with the, dare I say, the Jason Garrett situation. But you don't go 0-16 by mistake. And I'm talking about Rob Marinelli. You don't go out there and say, okay, I'm going to go 0-16 by mistake. No, not by chance. We picked him up thinking that he's going to elevate and change our defense, right? And we waited and wasted years. Yes, he's a fantastic front four defensive coach. But his overall scheme and schematics and his overall philosophy failed because you can pick up anybody that's played football, who know football in middle school, high school, first years of college. They gonna play against that cover two soft shell Tampa 2 defense. They know how to pick that apart since they was in middle school. So you sit back and you look back at that game. There I say, T. Bridgewater, he had what, 2 passes that was caught on the outside? To a Michael Thomas. Oh, that was the game that my guy Cheeto Woozy got him his first interception. Yes, we was happy about it, but it was by chance too. So I want people to look at the complete game and look at the picture. I know it's hard to see the picture when you are in the frame, but I want you guys to look at the tape. The same things that you guys was crying about Dak Prescott not doing, that was Teddy Bridgewater was doing. Running the rock, passing the ball short. The ball never traveled more than 6 or 7 yards down the field. His collective average passing, I'm going to say this again, his collective average passing for 2019 season was 6.2 yards per pass. When Dak was doing 7, you guys were crying about that. This guy was doing 6. And y'all credit all of the win to Teddy Bridgewater. Not looking at the Saints defense and also the Dallas Cowboys playing against those officials. Oh, that PI call. Okay. All right. The fumble when Ezekiel Elliott had all of his elbows and nose rings on the ground. You see? Oh, it's a fumble. I said, it's not no fumble. His nose ring is on the ground. You see? They still call it a fumble. Ray Charles saw it. He dead and blind. Never was able to see. Man, elbow on the ground, fam. Oh, we give it to the Saints anyway. Mari Cooper, he wins and beat the Lamar, whatever the Marshawn Lattimore, whatever that man's name. I said Lattimore. Marshawn Lattimore. He beats him. He redirected. This is the craziest thing. You got 5 yards to do your deal, right? You got 5 yards to do your deal, to be physical. So you mean to tell me, when I look back at the film, I did film breakdown on it. Of course, people are going to say, Law, you don't know what you're talking about. But if the receiver is still engaged with the defensive back, how in the hell he's supposed to get off? Beyond 5 yards. Look back at that non-eye pass interference call on Amari Cooper. But that loss, people would say Teddy Bridgewater outperformed Dak Prescott. We had 2 crucial PI calls on us, you say. And there were no push-off. You don't think that the NFL didn't have a hidden agenda? Wasn't that a plus 500 team? And on top of that, yes, this was a pivotal game against the Patriots. But those tripping calls, come on, they were tripping. Huh? Yeah, Natasha said so many pass interference calls on Amari. Look, before Amari Cooper played for the Dallas Cowboys, he never had that call on him once. Shout out to Mark Holmes, man. Y'all check out my brother page over there, man. Shout out to Mark Holmes. But we would sit back and we would say Teddy Bridgewater is better than Dak. And then y'all would say, well, Law, you just in the Dak Prescott and apologies. But let's talk about this Patriots team that we played. If it wasn't for a block kick, them getting a half of a field or what have you, and the one time that my guy Byron Jones laid up on the guy, all he had to do was read right there. Let me move a little bit further over here. The only touchdown that he gave up all season long. The only touchdown he gave up all season long. It's crazy, Cowboy Nation. And we would sit back and say Byron Jones not worth the grain of salt. I can understand that a little bit. But the only touchdown he gave up all season long was when he, quote unquote, let me turn this off too. Let me turn this off right quick. There we go. Give me a few seconds, Nation. Let me a few seconds. Come on. Give me a few seconds. Let me do this right quick. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can understand what I'm saying. Let me know. Let me know if you guys can hear me, see me, and all that good stuff. Let me know. Y'all all good? Yeah, shout out to you, Devon, Clear, and Natasha. Really appreciate you for regulating. You can hear me? Good. All right, so those tripping calls, wasn't that crazy? And then we had special team blunders. So it's crazy to me. Whereas all we can say is that Dak Prescott is an 8-8 guy, right? He's an 8-8 guy. That's all he is, an 8-8 guy. But we refuse to look at the fact that this was his first year being 8-8, believe it or not. On top of that, we had a coaching staff that's been known to go 8-8, regardless of the talent around them. I don't want to hear people say that the Cowboys never had talent when we had Tony Romo behind center or under center, however you want to say it. I don't want to hear us saying that it's not the coaching style or the coaching philosophy's fault. Because we're going to go back and forth with this. And of course, it's like an old wait and see. Yeah, we got to sit back and see how this thing is going to formulate. But I can say this right quick, that the games that we were screwed out of, as it relates to phantom holding calls, phantom tripping calls, every time you see a big play down the field with Randall Cobb, you have to look back and say, okay, will there be flags, you see? Flags galore. And then on top of that, with the Green Bay Packers game, the moment we start coming back, all of a sudden, oh, that's not pass interference. I mean, God, dog, Gallup had an extra defender all over him, like draped around him like a cape. And all people gonna say, well, Law, you just complaining. I'm explaining, baby. I'm explaining the truth of the matter. But people will look at it like, come on, Law. Come on. Let's just go ahead and get these 2 first-round draft picks trade for, dare I say, for Dak Prescott, and we can win the Super Bowl with those 2 first-round draft picks. Let me just put it in these particular terms. Last year, our first-round draft pick, we traded it away, right? We got Amari Cooper. A lot of people saying that we should move on from Amari Cooper. It don't take long for you to read some Cowboys comments and you see, let Amari Cooper walk. So if you want to do that, you can say that Amari Cooper wasn't a good first round draft pick. The first round draft pick before that, LVE, sitting on the sideline because of his back situation or neck bone connected to the backbone, whatever you want to call it. His back situation is done. Neck snapped up. You can say that was a wasteful pick, right? You can say that. The first round pick before that, Taco Charlton. You see, we can go on and on and on. So you mean to tell me you would want this organization to give up 2 first round draft picks, well, get 2 first round draft picks in return to get rid of Dak Prescott, not knowing that they have not hit on a first round draft pick? You see, it can go on and on and on. Okay, let's say, for example, you do dance with the Colts. What, they got the 13th overall pick this year. So you get their first round draft pick. So you get the 13th pick, and then also you get the 17th pick because that's where you're going to pick at naturally. And then you get their next year's first. I think that the Colts still will probably win you anywhere from probably 8 to maybe 9 games. So they probably be picking at the 22nd pick. So you're getting the Colts collective 13th pick, and then their next year's 22nd pick to get rid of Dak Prescott. You think it's worth that grain of salt? No way. That's rabbit thinking. It's rabbit thinking. You can go down the list. Is Dak Prescott better than a Brad Johnson? Is Dak Prescott better than a Trent Green? Or Trent Difford, I meant to say? Is Dak Prescott better than a Nick Foles? Is Dak Prescott better than a Joe Flacco? Is Dak Prescott better than a Eli Manning? Terry Bradshaw? Lord, why are you naming these quarterbacks? These quarterbacks were able to win Super Bowls by teams around them. You see what I'm saying? And I can tell you this right quick, that Dak Prescott numbers, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate mails when I say this, are very comparable to a Troy Aikman. Fight me later. Very comparable. Dak Prescott don't have a Jimmy Johnson, though, you say. Dak Prescott numbers are very comparable, dare I say, to a Tom Brady. But Dak Prescott don't have a Bill Belichick. But we rabbit thinking around here, though. We want to go out there and just move everything out the way and say we can't win. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think against that Patriots team, Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott, was averaging 5.2 yards a carry. 5.2, something like that. And when he got down to the pivotal moment, oh, it's raining. It's monsoon out there. Let's continue to throw the ball. Oh, let's play for kicks. Let's play for field goal range. Oh, Lord, do you have any other explanations for another situation for coaching flaws? Oh, I think against that Minnesota team, we played them, right? They're a playoff team. We lost, yeah. Ezekiel Elliott was averaging 1.8 yards a carry. It's 3rd and 1. No, it was 3rd and 2, right? 3rd and 2. Let's run it 2 times in a row, you see. I think when they put the other young kid in, he was doing right, 4.6 yards a carry, 4.9 or something like that. Let's not put 2 running backs in the backfield. Let's not confuse the opposition. No, let's just line up in our formation. Not even odd. I think they line up in all 5 or something like that. Hey, let's go in shotgun. Let's give the ball to them now, you see. That can't win against team that's over 500. That narrative was just painted this year. Well, last season, basically, since it's a new year. That narrative was just painted. And everybody that listened to those talk radios running to me, Lord, he can't win big games. And all I've seen from 2016, 2017, 2018, that Dak Prescott got 40 wins. I guess that he's the only guy. He is the only guy that's in the NFL that plays below 500 teams to get 40 wins out of 24. 40 and 24, I believe that's his record. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, Dak Prescott got empty calories. Dak Prescott only passes the ball in garbage time. That's the funniest one. You know why that's the funniest one, Nation? Here's why. I've seen a quarterback to go 7-9 3 consecutive years. I'm not gonna say his name because you guys know I've been talking about this for a while now. 7-9 3 consecutive years, putting up gaudy numbers, putting up all types of numbers, put the team on his back, basically. And they can say, well, they didn't have any defense. They didn't have this, they didn't have that. But never got tagged with the 7-9, 7-9, 7-9. Because one can argue that when the Dallas Cowboys went 8-8 3 consecutive years, we became the 8-8 Cowboys. And no, one Super Bowl does not escape you from being labeled. Because Flacco got one Super Bowl. He's labeled. Eli got two, and he's labeled. And both of those guys was carried. But that guy's numbers never was brought up to the fact that it was during garbage time, you say. Anybody can do what Dak does. It's amazing in 2015, with a better offensive line, we didn't see these type of results. Everybody have reason, but results are what matter. Yeah. I feel that this staff will elevate the whole team. This is from my guy Cash. Yes. I believe, let me just talk about this right quick. I believe the new coaching staff, I believe that the new coaching staff will help. I believe that the new coaching staff will bring in some level of football knowledge and football IQ that's in this locker room that's going to be throughout this particular team. I believe that this team is not going to look back and keep doing the crazy stuff by giving people opportunities after opportunities after opportunity, because the love affair is not there. The old optimistic way he's going to get over this type of situation is not there. And on top of that, when you look at this draft, we're talking about quarterbacks now, Burrows is cold-blooded good. But the kid was 24, 25 years old, fifth-year senior. That's equivalent to me going back to high school. You say, of course, Lawrence going to ball out. Who's that guy with that full beard out there running around? I want to draft him, you see. I want to pick him up for a college team, you see. Think about it. Yes, Jeff. Jeff, what's up, man, with you? Devon, what's good with you, man? You know, Christopher. Let all of us go back to high school and say, look, Lamar Jackson is younger than Burrows. Now, of course, Burrows balled out, and he's the flavor of the hour, flavor of the draft. He probably go to Cincinnati land. He probably do fantastic things there. They ready to kick Andy Dalton out the building. We'll see what he gonna do. And Tua, however you say that man's last name, I ain't finna murder the man's last name. The man gonna have a robotic hip. I want to know people to do their research. Bo Jackson was a fantastic bad mother sucker. Bo knows, but that hip, I don't know what player came back from hips. And I know that a quarterback is going to be less invasive. They're not going to be able to get hit and these sorts of things. It's still a big old question mark with that. And of course, if I'm Tua agent, he's good. He's good. If I'm Tua agent, oh, he's good. Oh, nothing wrong with him. He's good. Because he's just trying to squeeze out that rookie first round contract. And everybody know that rookie's first round draft contract is more than what Dak Prescott ever seen in his life. Think about that. Carson, Mariota, Winston, Goff. When you drafted in the first round, you're getting 25 mil or more. Dak in his first 4 years, the brother only made 4 mil. 600. Look, there were times that Dak Prescott, within his first 4 years, only got paid $80,000 more than Rico Suave. Rico Zeus gathers. Won't you gather your thoughts around that, you say? $80,000 more. Oh my goodness. Oh, what was the other trade possibility that people were talking about? The Derek Carr brother. That's crazy in a nutshell too. You say, and I think that he has some leadership issues too. People fail to realize that, and that's out there in I guess Raiders land. Can you imagine? You think Raiders get media pub? Come on over here to Big Day. You say, here's the other thing, the rabbit thinking. Oh, let Tom Brady come over here to Dallas. He can do some fantastic things. Let's pay him 30 million straight up, like he's gonna take that because he's gonna have to move his entire family. He's gonna come into Dallas. He got to get used to the terrain, the area. It's gonna be his first time in 30, 20 freaking years to ever play for a different team or what have you, in a different area, different climate or what have you. And on top of that, he didn't grow up being a Cowboys fan. And all of a sudden, he's supposed to be the savior for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's say that do happen. Week 3, whoever we play, they come across there, straight up blitzing through the A-gap, and they put Tom Brady on his back. He's out like Family Guy. What were you going to do then, huh? With that $30 million one-year contract, by letting your quarterback go that never been injured, never been off, you see. I remind people all the time that Bill Belichick went 11-5 with Matthew Castle. Matt Castle was so horrible, Cowboy Nation. I know people forgot about 2015 because people got selective memory. This brother was so horrible that he was probably the first quarterback to ever pass an interception, and they still call intentional grounding on him. That's crazy. We got laughed at so many times about that game. I think it was against the Jets. That joker passed an interception, and it was intentional grounding. What nobody over there, it wasn't even close to going to the out of boundary mark. They said, man, look, I don't know what kind of quarterback this is, but we're going to still call intentional grounding. And it was an INT. He was the first quarterback ever. But people, man, people. Hey, it's funny. It's crazy, man. Carr, Stafford, really? Let that sink into your mental. Yes. Stafford. I love Stafford, man. I love Matthew Stafford. You know, I love his skill set. He hurt our hearts. People fail to realize that. He hurt our hearts when he first started off. He came back on us 2 games. Y'all remember that fake run and he punched it in against my guy, Tony Romo? You remember that Matthew Stafford battle? And on top of that, you know, Matthew Stafford is a guy that can throw every ball that's known to man. But he's not a winner, though. Look, I don't want to hear people saying, well, he never had this. He had a good running back. He had great defense at times. And then on top of that, he had a guy that can pluck the ball out of the sky, climb the ladder, do all of those things. And then on top of that, don't sleep on their wide receiver core now. But he's not a baller. He's not a winner. But I never, ever seen any analyst, anybody come out and say, well, that year he passed for 5,000 yards, that was during garbage time. Oh, my goodness. Natasha brought up Brandon Weed, and oh, my God. Don't he throw the best deep balls ever? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, I got to talk about, since I'm on the Mats, Matt Ryan. Everybody love him, the golden boy, Matt Ryan. Look, I've seen people, Cowboys fans with the silver and blue rocking the idea that Matt Ryan is this and that. Think about it. Just think about it real long and hard. Ever since Matt Ryan came into the Atlanta Falcons, he's supposed to be the golden boy, the replacement of thoughts to get the vibe and the feels away from Mike Vick. He's supposed to be this guy that was going to take the team to the next level. So they said, you know what? We're going to make sure that he will have no excuses. They got rid of the whole entire drafts, everybody, to get Julio Jones. That brother, his entire career had Julio Jones and a plethora of other wide receivers. I think his name was White or something like that. They had some receivers. Went to one Super Bowl. All of that real estate, all of those likeness, all of that love, all of that pumping up that Matt Ryan is the best thing ever since sliced bread. He's up 28-3 and can't win against Tom Brady and company. Matter of fact, I'll forever dislike the Atlanta Falcons for losing that doggone Super Bowl. For one, they gave the quote unquote Tom Brady and company another ring. And for two, they get pumped up and hyped up all of the days and they don't ever do anything with it. On top of that, Atlanta Falcons, man, come on, man. Come on, man. What else? Did they lay an egg before? Could they beat out the Minnesota Vikings one year when Randall Cunningham or Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss doing their thing? Don't do nothing when they get to the Super Bowl. Who else I can't stand that went to the Super Bowl and laid an egg? Oh, the Seattle Seahawks gave the doggone Patriots another Super Bowl ring. That's crazy. All they had to do was give the ball to beast mode. But that's a story of a different day. All right, Cowboy Nation, I done stole enough of your time, but I want people to go back to listen to what I said. The race is not to the swift nor the battle to the strong, but it's to he that endured to the end. I want you guys to sit back and endure. The salary cap is not a cap that's never going to grow more than what it is right now. $30 million is different from $30 million 5 years ago, you say, as it relates to the NFL contract. 35 and 37 million is nothing. So to go from 33 to 37, look, you had $10 million on the bench. Crawford just sitting there with his on the bench, working out his hip situation. You say, you say. So stop looking at the money. Stop counting the money like that. We're gonna have about close to $90 million when it's all said and done. That's enough money. That's enough cash. That's enough things to do a whole bunch of things. Don't be counting that money, Cowboy Nation. And don't say this guy, we can't do nothing. We signed this guy. Look, I think that the LA Rams are about to trade Todd Gurley to the Miami Dolphins or somebody else. You can get up under them contracts. You can get up out of them contracts. Todd Gurley, he's supposed to be the end-all be-all for their team. Let that sink into your mental. He's on a trading block. There's ways you can get out of that contract. One more thing. Gotta say this. The Redskins, they franchise tag Kirk Cousins 2 years in a row. What have the Redskins done since they got rid of Kirk Cousins? Roy, what have they done? James, what have they done? Telling you guys better stop with that rabbit thinking. Invest in something with your thoughts. Put some money in some stocks or something like that. Real estate is where you want to go to. Real estate is where you want to invest at. That's been my time, Cowboy Nation. I really thank you all for yours. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. I'm out.